There is always movement is an expression you would have heard in manifestation circles. There is always movement. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on the 3D reality. There's always movement. But what does that actually fucking mean? In this video, I'll explain it to you. Because I know so many of you have a hard time believing that because it's not what you can see. The problem is with conscious manifestation, because we're always manifesting, remember that, when we're consciously aware of what we're manifesting now, we've got to understand, we've got to have faith in the unseen. So in the same way that a person who's religious will pray and have faith that God, this entity outside of them, the unseen, will bring to them what they want. Their prayers will be answered. You've got to do the exact same thing with your prayer, but your prayer is what you're asking for or imagining will happen with your manifestation. It's exactly the same as the process of prayer. And yet you guys have a hard time doing that. And yet if you're really religious, you could have faith in this outside entity and believe they were going to bring it to you because you'd heard all these testimonies in church and people saying, oh, God brought this to me and Jesus Christ, our Lord, brought this to me. And you go, amen, brother, right? And you listen to them and believe it. But you have a hard time when it's manifestation. Now, how come you can do that in church but not with manifestation? It's exact same process. Now, there are people who have doubts in church as well, but doubt is the devil. And that's actually what devil means in the Bible. And a lot of people who go to church don't ever get taught that. They get taught it's this entity called the devil, right? So what you're going to understand is the entire teaching of Neville Goddard is based on the teachings of the Bible. And the Bible tells you to have faith in the unseen. And when you don't, you have sinned. Sin means to miss the mark, right? So when you haven't achieved what you wanted, you've missed the mark, you've sinned because of doubt, because of the devil. So isn't the devil always linked to sin? Yes, because sin means missing the mark because of your doubt. And in the Bible, sin is associated with this entity called the devil. It's got nothing to do with an entity called the devil or a thing that you're sinning, like something you're doing wrong. It means what you've done wrong is miss the mark, meaning not achieve your goal, not achieve what you wanted. Why? Because you had doubt, which meant you didn't have faith in the unseen. Now, the unseen, what are you having faith in? What is this unseen? Well, if you can understand that you are God and God is in you, source energy, the power, whatever you want to call it, then you've got to have faith in yourself. Faith in the fact that you yourself are going to manifest this, not something outside of you, not even something in you that's an entity. If you can just think, I can do this, then that's what you're having faith in, the unseen power inside you. You understand? Sorry, my dog is licking herself behind me. You can hear it. Unseen faith in yourself. Now, the reason why my account is full of me telling you, hang on, sorry, I've got someone trying to go live with me. So the reason why I constantly remind you of what you've already manifested and a lot of the negative stuff you've already manifested is because I want you to realize how powerful you are. A lot of people, I think, watch my account and think, yes, but you're just telling me the problem. You're not telling me the solution. Bitch, did you listen to what I said? I'm pointing out to you, if you can see all the things you've manifested unknowingly, magically, without you even having any faith in it or realizing you're doing it, imagine how powerful you are when you do it intentionally. Oh, is that why you're telling me everything that I've manifested before and all the negative things? What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Do you think I'm trying to make you depressed? I'm trying to teach you that you're already doing it. So if you can have faith in the unseen because you realize you were doing a whole lot of manifestations before perfectly without even realizing it, without even intentionally doing it, imagine how powerful you're going to be when you put your mind to it. What do you think the expression put your mind to it means? It means you were already doing it unknowingly, unwittingly before. Now you're going to really put your mind to it. Right? Have you guys ever done weightlifting and you've got to have the mind-muscle connection? There's a difference between lifting weights haphazardly and lifting weights with your mind in the muscle. Have you guys ever heard that expression? And if you lift weights in the gym, you'll know the difference. You will know what I'm talking about. If you lift weights and you're trying to do bicep curls like this, and you think of your bicep and you think into the muscle, you can't really see my arm while I'm doing this. If I think into my muscle whilst lifting and I imagine that muscle growing, or I just think of it, I just focus my mind on my arm, that part of my arm, you can start to feel it more than if you don't. It's called the mind-muscle connection. Then you're having faith that because you're doing that, it's working, right? But a lot of you are mindlessly manifesting. You're mindlessly lifting the weights in the gym. Oh, these bicep curls never work. Another person standing next to you is thinking into the muscle, knowing their muscle's growing, having faith that it's growing, and their muscles are growing a lot bigger than yours. They have faith that this muscle's growing. They can't see it right now. It hasn't got bigger overnight, but they know every time they go to the gym and they put their mind to the muscle, that bicep is growing. And you'll go back the next week and see them and their muscle will slightly have grown a bit. And then the next week, slightly grow more. You'll go back 2 months later and that person will be built like a brick shit house and you won't. Because you were doubting it, you didn't have faith in it, you didn't turn up to the gym as much. That person had faith and they knew it was working. If you don't do the work, then if you don't have the faith, you'll have a very hard time doing the work. So the person who doesn't go to the gym as much doesn't have the faith. The person who goes there religiously knows it's working. If you went to the gym religiously, but you didn't believe it was working, why the fuck would you go? When I used to go to the gym every single day, 5 days a week for 2 hours a day, I was fucking obsessed. I did it because I knew it was working. Eventually, I could see the results, but at first I couldn't see the results. At first, I didn't have the right outfit. I had leggings that were see-through and I had to wear knickers underneath them. I didn't have the right gear for putting things in my pockets. I didn't have the right earphones for not getting my cord caught up in my weights every time I was lifting them. Eventually, I had the right outfits, had the right headphones, I had all the right technique, and I was lifting like a motherfucker, and I lost so much weight and built so much muscle, and I looked toned as fuck after about 3 months. But I had to have faith that that was happening whilst I was going to the gym. But every time I went, I didn't look any different. I didn't feel any different. Sometimes I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. Sometimes I felt like giving up because I thought, is this even working? But eventually, when I had enough faith in myself and I really started to enjoy it and trusted the process, by 3 months, I looked fit. And I had great outfits to go with it. Do you have trust in the process like you would going to the gym, even though right now you still look a bit chubby in the mirror, even though right now you don't have the right gear, even though right now you don't have the right technique, even though right now you're feeling a bit unsure in the weights room and you're the only girl in there and all the guys are lifting properly and they're coming up and trying to tell you what to do and you're like, thank you, I have no clue what I'm doing. You've got to have faith. It's like going to the gym, guys. If you gave up real quick, you wouldn't end up ripped. You wouldn't end up toned. You wouldn't end up losing the weight. You have to have faith that it will happen, just like someone at the gym. And if you can't do that, I can't fucking help you because you're giving up on yourself. So when you guys give up because there's no movement, you're giving up on yourself, just like I would give up on myself at the gym after a month if I saw nothing. So when people say movement, there's always movement, but you just can't see it. This would be an example. So a girl the other day in the group, in the free group, my free Subconscious Laws Facebook group, go and read it. It was a great success story by a girl who said her SP, who had blocked her on everything, just added her again on Instagram and was trying to audio call her. She hadn't heard from this guy in a year. He had a third party. He was seeing someone else. She had seen her all over his Instagram before he blocked her. This guy was ringing her, wanted to meet up with her. When he met up with her, he was all over her and wanted her back. He dropped the third party. And she was like, in absolute shock. And she said, what are you talking about? He said, I haven't stopped thinking about you. I can't stop thinking about you. I don't want her. I want you. And this entire time, she thought when she was not blocked, oh, he's with her, he's happy with her, because there were pictures all over his Instagram. When she was blocked, she thought, oh, he just really doesn't want to talk to me. I'm blocked. She had no idea that whole time he was actually thinking of her. He had no idea that he was thinking, how do I get rid of this girlfriend I've got at the moment I can't stand? I want the other one. She had no idea. But she had faith whilst listening to me that it was working, and it didn't matter what she saw in the 3D out here, he would come back, and now he's back. That's faith in the unseen. You're seeing third parties. You're blocked. You haven't heard from them. You're hearing a whole lot of bullshit like they don't want you from their friends. And then one day they come back and you're like, huh? There was movement. He was thinking about her. He was dreaming about her. He was spending time with the third party, not realizing, and thinking, why isn't she as great as my other girlfriend that I had before? This girl is no good. Movement. She didn't know he was doing that. She didn't know he was probably going to his friends and talking about her. She didn't know he was probably going to her socials and checking out her pictures. She didn't know he was masturbating furiously about her every night. She didn't know that when he was having sex with the other girl, he was actually imagining her. She didn't know that. Movement. There is always movement. You just can't see it. So she had to have faith in the unseen that was going on. She didn't know what was going on. She just had faith that he'd be back. Do you have that kind of faith? Like that girl? Do you have that kind of faith like I did at the gym, or anybody who goes to the gym who doesn't look the way they want to look just yet? That doesn't know what they're lifting or how they're doing it right just yet? You've got to have faith in the unseen, right? And if you put your mind to it, it will happen. But you've got to have that faith that it will. And if you don't and you constantly doubt yourself, that's the devil. And you will shit on what you're trying to do, and you set yourself back because you're constantly reminding yourself, it's not here, where is it? And those of you who constantly do this and check where is it and don't trust that it's coming, you're actually ruining the process by checking, because the very process of checking assumes it's not here. The very process of saying where is it is assuming it's not here. The very process of focusing on the time is assuming it's not here. And the whole point is you're meant to assume it's here. You're meant to assume it's done. That's the key to manifestation. You assume it's here already. It's done already. That's what amen means. I would like this, God, and I would like this thing. It's done. Amen. That's what it means. But a lot of you aren't doing amen. A lot of you are doing, God, I would love this, and I would love that. Pray, pray, pray. Where is it? You forgot the amen part. You forgot the it's done part. It's done. I have faith now that it's happening. I have faith now it's coming. I have faith now it's here. I have faith now that it's done. Think about people who really have faith in their prayers. Are you having the same amount of faith in your prayer? The prayer in your mind? It's the exact same thing. It's the art of believing. Christians and people who pray can do it real well. Some of you guys can't. Why? Because you're looking out here too much. If you're looking out here too much, guys, I really recommend you get my course called Fuck the 3D. Because those of you who are constantly looking at the socials, constantly looking for movement, constantly get thrown or triggered by what's happening out here, that course will really help you, because you'll realize what you're doing wrong in your mind that's causing those triggers, that's causing it not to happen, and why you're slowing it down with your thinking and what to do about it to fix it so it does come fast. Fuck the 3D. It was one of my focus courses. This is my next focus course called Back and Begging. It's now in the squad. The first part was about understanding thought reflection with your specific person, why they're reflecting you and how it's happening, and how to test it. The second part is about forgiveness and how to understand that you have to forgive them for the way they acted, or for the breakup, or the way they're showing up as a dick right now because you caused it, and then how to change your thinking. Then the third part is going to go into changing the story about them and the story about yourself. And then the fourth part is going to go into living in the end, having faith in the unseen, regardless of what you're seeing right now, regardless of your circumstances with them right now, regardless of their back and they're acting like a dick right now. Having faith. Then the second month, it's a 2-month course, will be giving you helpful MP3s and recordings and other affirmations and things to really help you get in the state of it is done. So you can have faith in that unseen reality of you back together, or back and your relationship being better than ever, and then being totally transformed in front of your eyes and treating you like a fucking queen or a king. Then if you really want help with the 3D circumstances out here that are throwing you, get Fuck the 3D. Okay, guys? I hope that helped. You got any questions, guys? Let me go to the top. Mind-muscle connection. Yes, guys. Love that analogy. Oh, good. Do you edit the lives that go on YouTube? It's not really, guys. We just kind of take a snippet of it, put it at the beginning. And if there's any where I like really say someone's name or something like that I probably shouldn't have, or something if they had their name on TikTok, I try and cut it out, things like that. Walk by faith, not by sight. Exactly, darling. That's what we've got to do, guys. Not by what you're seeing, by the faith in the unseen, okay? I'm so glad you're alive. I need your no-nonsense energy tonight. Oh, good. SP's parents liking me. What's this? Oh, that was what you wanted? There's always movement. Yes, guys. How to manifest in a quick time frame trying to sell something before I move. Well, just imagine it's sold, darling. Imagine moving to the other place and not having it there with you. Right? Imagine a lovely clean space with not full of clutter or whatever it is you want to get rid of. That's what I did when I moved to this house, because I had to get rid of a whole lot of shit before I moved here. Didn't get the live notification. Good, I checked out. Oh, good. Created multiple S3s, confronted SP, said, darling, we don't do confrontation here. I have been doing the back and begging, focusing on me, affirmations, and today my boss told me I don't. What, Victoria? You don't what? Mine is the 11th of every month, because that's when I joined and paid. Oh, what, when you joined the squad? A lot of people joined on the 11th because that was our opening day on November the 11th last year. So guys, your squad membership, which is where you'll find Back and Begging, it's only $35 to join, and you get all the membership benefits, including right now Back and Begging. So go to subconsciouslaws.com, press squad, or in my link tree, press the squad area where it says Back and Begging. You also get to watch me doing coaching. I did coaching live yesterday, so you can go and watch the replays. There were 2 sessions, 2 separate sessions. Then I go live every Friday, so I'm in there tonight answering your questions like this, but it's really focused, a lot less people, and you can write a big, long essay of a question. I read the whole thing. Plus, there's mentors in there to help you. It's a no-brainer to join it for $35 because when our courses leave after the month length, and this is 2 months, it goes on my website for a lot more. So my mini courses are $95, and this focus course is going to be a lot more than that, hundreds of dollars. So it's a no-brainer getting this for $35 because this is going to be a really involved course. Oh, excuse me. You want to sit there, do you? My legs are in the way. My cat wants to be involved. I can't wait to see all the success stories of mine. We've already got success stories coming in with Back and Begging, with people getting like texts from their SPs or getting all their little tests. Like if I purchased it 3 days ago, will it charge me October 1st or the end of October? No. The same day you bought it, darling. We can't work out, like we can't only give you part of the month. I'm giving meaning. SP is in love with me. That's why he's silent. Yes, Jasmine, do that. Absolutely. Is it bad to be religious like Mormon, not polygamy Mormon? Guys, look, if you're a Mormon, I really pity you if you've fallen for that cult. But most people don't have a choice when they're Mormons. I dated a Mormon or an ex-Mormon. It's a really fucked up religion, and I wouldn't recommend anyone be part of it. But if you are, I have family members that are Mormons, distant family. Sometimes you have a choice. Sometimes you're born into it. Eventually people wake up, though. That's why a lot of people leave. Does the squad charge automatically? Yes, guys. And you can cancel it, but then you'll miss out. Like somebody, a lot of people are missing out on Back and Begging because they cancelled. Now they're all shitting themselves. And they're like, oh, no, I've missed the first part. If you join now, you still get part 1. Okay. Perfect. So if I join now, I'll just be able to do it. It's just like an attachment in the group. Yes, it's inside the guide section of the Facebook group. So what happens, guys? You go to subconsciouslaws.com, you press the squad, you sign up for $35 a month. Then it will lead you in the sign-up process to the request to join. Then when you request to join the private Facebook group, you have to have a Facebook account. If you don't, go and make one. Doesn't matter what your name is. We don't care. We don't care if it's a new account. We don't care if you're called Joe Blogs, right? And you have a picture of a teddy bear. We don't give a shit. Then you say what name you signed up with and what email you paid with in the request to join. We ask you that. Then we know we can match up your payment with your request to join. Then we enter you in the group. Give us 48 hours, okay? Or 72 if it's a weekend. Then you go inside the guides section or just scroll down the newsfeed. But if you go to guides, you'll see the workbook and the video, and each video has its own accompanying workbook, and you'll find the whole guides. Plus you'll find Make Them Obsessed. Our founding course is also in there too. You can do that at the same time. How do we download the videos from the course? You don't download them, darling. You can only download the workbooks. The videos aren't downloadable. You have to watch them. If you want to download them, you wait till they go on the website, then you get them in the portal of our website. You can't download them, you can watch them. Is it weird for me? What's this? It's weird to me people engage on that, Mormons. It's just, people are born into it, guys. They don't have a choice. Should I imagine SP saying he wants to marry me or that I'm already married to him? It's up to you, darling, but living in the end is better. Like, you're already married, but it's up to you. Lois, how would you affirm getting a particular job or passing the interview? I would go right to the end of having the job, darling, rather than passing the interview. But if you can only get your head around passing the interview, imagine the interview, imagine them loving you, imagine hearing from them, you got the job. Does being a Mormon hinder manifesting? Well, with this particular person, yes, it absolutely did, because they constantly allowed their old thoughts of things being outside of them, stopping them from having what they wanted, to fuck up their manifestations constantly. So yes, it did affect him, but it doesn't have to. But you're not going to be able to reconcile your mind with understanding that you are God and then believing in this God outside of you that Mormonism teaches you. It's going to be very difficult. Lots of success stories. Yes, there's heaps in the group already, guys, for Back and Begging. How can I manifest a new place with more space for my kids and I? Just imagine you have it, darling. Say, oh, isn't it wonderful that we've got this brand new space? We've got so much space for my kids. They love living here. They've got so much space, got so many places to play. I love my new house. I love my new space. I love how big my spacious new house is for my kids. Imagine that, darling, and affirm that. I myself have started to forget some of the past BS my shit and SP had. I literally can't remember. That's wonderful. That's the aim here, guys. That's what the whole second part of Back and Begging is going to be about, dropping on Monday. The forgiveness and the forgetting. Old self-concept kicked in with new SP, really time to hammer down and focus on me. Guys, it will if you don't fix it. Yeah, should we be saying new affirmations for back and begging seems like a given for part one? Well, look, all I wanted you to do for part one was be aware of your thoughts, not affirm against them. But if you want to affirm against those thoughts you discovered, go ahead. But a lot of you just weren't even aware, so I just wanted you to become aware. Start your back and begging course and finally getting him back for good. Oh, Olivia, wonderful. Does our constant manifesting change in any way during full moons? Does it even matter? Is this a trick question? You think the moon is affecting your subconscious mind. The only thing the moon affects, darling, is water tides in the ocean. You trying to tell me that you've got tides going on in your brain? Think about that logically. You've been watching morons. Can we still date other people while still manifesting SP? Yes, guys, it doesn't matter. As long as you're living the end in your mind, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do. Then my daughter told me the same thing. What's this, Victoria? What are you doing? But keep doing it. You look glowing. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, thank you. Well, actually, I've stopped my retinol the last 2 weeks because I had all these scaly bits of skin from, I think I was overdoing my actives, either retinol or whatever I was overdoing. So I've stopped putting retinol at all on my face at night. And now I just put snail mucin. For the last, I think, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. No actives at all on my face, nothing. No vitamin C, no glycolic acid, no salicylic acid, no retinol, nothing. But I also say I've got glowing skin and I look younger than I am. So I always affirm that, guys. Remember that. I've been doing back and begging, focusing on me, affirmations, and today my boss told me I don't. What's this, Victoria? Where's the rest of it? You don't what? Then my daughter told me the same thing, but I don't see what did they say? It doesn't say. I got triggered today with SP because of people telling me he was seeing someone else. He said he wasn't. Look, guys, you can listen to a whole lot of your dumb friends, but all they're going to do is reflect your fears. They're just reflecting you, just like he is. Don't worry about what they said. Live in the end, please. Can I just affirm SP has always chosen me to revise a third party ever existing? Yes, darling, don't worry about the third party. It's your thoughts of being unchosen that caused her. Loz, I want to tell you, SP wished me a happy birthday after you told me to imagine it. Oh, wonderful, Amy. Happy birthday, darling. Oh, you did that. There is one more entry. Yeah, I can't see it, Victoria. Retinol or vitamin C will cause peeling if overusing. Yeah, well, that's what happened. I had all these little bits of scaly skin all over my cheeks, a bit here. And when I went to the doctor about it last year, there was like one little mark here. And they said, oh, that's skin cancer. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. I know skin cancer. Fuck you. And I was like, maybe it's psoriasis. Maybe it's going to move around my face. And then I'll know it's not skin cancer. Next minute, it all moved around my face and it was everywhere. And I was like, oh, that was a bad manifestation. I shouldn't have said that. What an idiot. Careful what you wish for, guys. SP just said he's talking to someone else, got into an argument now and blocked on everything. Well, because you got in an argument and you got triggered like a bitch, darling. That's why. So just imagine that didn't happen. Revise that shit. I did that with retinol and the burn dermaid helped. Oh, really? Oh, the snail mucin's working wonders, honestly. Love snail mucin. SP's back, loving me more. I took it to the end. Oh, wonderful, darling. Loz, I haven't talked to SP in almost 2 months. I kept going back to why we broke up. Well, if you keep going back to why you broke up, you're not going to be talking anytime soon. You're living in the past, not living in the end. What are you doing? I thought being religious doesn't affect manifesting. Well, if you're a fucking Mormon, I think it would. If you're a Scientologist, I think it would. Don't you? If you're part of a cult, I'm talking about cult religions here. I'm part of a cult that doesn't believe in doctors, forces me to have an abortion. I have to live in a castle obeying other people. I'm talking about Scientologists here. How am I going to believe I have a power within myself when I'm listening to the Sea Org members? You know what I mean? If you're in a cult, I think you're going to find this pretty fucking hard. Mormonism, bless them, it's a cult, guys. Started by an American dude called John Bloody Blah. It's fucked up. I imagine SP saying certain things to me. Is this like affirming? Yes, guys. So you're imagining what they're going to say to you. Imaginary conversations or inner conversations, you call them, Don. It's my birthday tomorrow. Saw SP yet again on Saturday. He still adores me despite their buddy. Oh, wonderful, Olivia. Hooray, happy birthday for tomorrow. Yes. Yes, it is, Lauren. It took 2 months for SP to come back. Well, that's all right, darling. Doesn't matter about the time. How do I get rid of third party he's talking to? Why are you worrying about her, darling? The problem's you. I don't know. Have you listened to me before? You clearly haven't. Get rid of her, get rid of her, get rid of her. You get rid of her. Then another one turns up like a fucking bus. And then you think, oh my God, I wasted all my time getting rid of her when what I had to get rid of was my thoughts of being unchosen and not loved by him. Fuck, I wasn't listening to anything Loz said. I was listening to a whole lot of other creators telling me to get rid of the third party. And I did not do one thing Loz says. And now there's another third party. I'm fucked. I fucked this up. I wasted all my energy and all my time. Go and do my get rid of the third party affirmation sleep tape on my YouTube, darling. It goes all night. And not once do I mention a third party in those affirmations. You know why? Because you're not meant to be getting rid of her. You're meant to be changing your mind. I'm a Mormon and have zero problems manifesting. Oh, good. Going on SP3, who took me on to a nice dinner tonight. Oh, wonderful. Oh, sorry to shit on your religion there, Amanda. Oh, I'm glad, darling. Is being ignored part of fear of rejection? Yeah, it can be also just fearing that you don't get enough love or time and attention is another thing, not necessarily rejection. Affirmation ideas to counter that. I never get ignored. People pay me so much attention. They always give to me. They're always there for me. I love that tape. All of them actually. It's my most popular thing on YouTube. My get rid of the third party sleep tape. I work on me. It's the best. Oh, good. Lodge cracking out. What am I talking about? Yeah, if you're in Utah, you probably are a Mormon. I think it's kind of mandatory, isn't it? My guy friend goes to me a long time ago. How can I manifest our friendship back? Well, just imagine your friends again, darling. Ali, you don't have to keep telling me your name. I'm not a psychic. Just imagine your friends again. Doesn't matter how that came about. Just imagine your friends again. My SP has no third party, but I'm scared it happens. Any tips? Yes, then it will. Then it will. And then he'll turn up on Instagram with some bitch and you'll be like, oh, I imagine that. That's called manifesting. If you keep imagining it, it will fucking happen. Imagine you and him together, please, instead. Is feeling like others aren't interested in getting to know you, not feeling good enough? Yes, it can be. And feeling just like they're better than you or no one cares. Why do people have affairs? The fuck do I know, Ashley? Because of your thinking. I don't know why generally people have affairs, but everyone's reflecting you. So if people have affairs in your reality, you've got a story, A, that people have affairs. So you might have grown up in a household where someone in your household had an affair, like your dad had an affair on your mum, or your mum constantly feared your dad having an affair and snuck around and thought he was doing stuff and checked the receipts in his bag and drove past his work. Or you've got a story that you're not good enough and other girls are better than you and your man's going to be taken away, or you can't trust people because when you're a kid, you're abused. That's why. So if that happens in your reality, people are reflecting your lack of trust, your shitty story about affairs, your shitty story about yourself but not being enough and other people taking your person away, and that's why they're having an affair in your reality. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, that's right. What's the best way to revise a test score? Well, imagine you passed the test in the way you wanted. Sometimes, guys, you can see success stories of people like they thought it was one score and the next minute they look and it's changed. Oh my God, Loz, I have too many SPs now and I'm scared of hurting people. Things come back full circle. No, they don't, darling. Just imagine that they all find someone new, the people who you don't want. Don't worry about this karma bullshit. How can I trust myself more? Well, do little tests in yourself, darling, or just start telling yourself, I trust myself. Do little tests to see that this works. If that's what you're talking about, you trust that it's going to work. You mean that? Any affirmation suggestion to prove dog behavior? My dog is so well behaved. She's so lovely. She does everything I want. She loves going on dog walks. She's not aggressive to any other dogs. She always wheezes outside instead of inside. I'm talking to my dog right now. See her that way. Affirm she's like that. If it takes years, are you doing it wrong? Well, if it's taken years, yes, you probably are. That's why a lot of people go, I tried manifesting. It wasn't working for me. I say, what were you doing? Then they tell me what they were doing. I'm like, yeah, you were doing it all wrong. What the fuck are you doing? What should I affirm to counteract the fear of being a rebound? What the fuck? That's a whole lot of I'm not good enough to be the girlfriend. I don't get the full-blown relationship. Other people get stuff I want thinking. So say the complete opposite of that. I deserve a full-blown relationship. I'm never the rebound. No one would dare treat me that way because I'm more than enough. Can this thing to get rid of third-party sleep tapes help to prevent them in the first place? Well, why are you fearing them in the first place? That's what I would ask you. But yes, you can do that. But fearing them is not a good thing, darling, because that's going to manifest them. How to fight the negative thoughts that come up when trying to think different. Well, guys, if you're really stuck on that about your SP, come and get back and begging in the squad. It's only $35, or do Fuck the 3D, my focus course about caring about it here, about getting triggered. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've got so much work to do today. So come and join Back and Begging. Part 2 is dropping on Monday. So if you get in now, you'll get part 1 and part 2 coming up. Okay, it's only $35. You get all the benefits of the membership. You get to watch me coaching. I go coaching live. I do live coaching tonight inside the squad. You can join me. It's about 9 p.m. EST and about 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Australian time, which is about 11 a.m. UK time. I have 2 sessions on a Friday. I answer questions like this. Plus, there's the mentors, these wonderful people in the group who really know their stuff, who can answer your questions in the Q&A forum, plus all the supportive squad members who are so lovely in there. It's such a supportive, lovely community being, guys. There's so many success stories you can go and read, and it's only $35 a month, and you can cancel anytime, and you'll get back and begging right now the ultimate Manifest Your Specific Person Back course. Plus, you also get the bonus course, Make Them Obsessed, in the squad now. Bye, guys.